Yay! Hopefully that's recording.
Yep.
So I'm Hayley Stathis, business and marketing coach for nutrition pros, naturopaths, health coaches, anyone in wellness. And I'm so happy to be here today chatting to one of my favorite clients. I don't really have favorites. You're all my favorite clients. But Sarah, I asked to... Okay, all right. You're up there. Sarah, I asked today to come on and chat because she, in 5 months, I don't even think it's been the full 6 months yet. In 5 months, yep. Mastermind. I think you joined sort of maybe July, August.
End of June, yeah, start of July.
Yep. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In a very short space of time, she has completely turned her business around and had amazing success through such hard work and sheer determination, and just really her mindset and believing in, that it was possible for her to create the business that she wanted. So, Sarah, do you want to just introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what you do, who you help, all of it.
So I'm Sarah McLachlan. I'm a naturopath and a metabolic balance practitioner, and I am really passionate about helping women, particularly in their 40s, to master their the chaotic mood swings, the changing hormones, that changing mid-waist area, so they feel calm and in control, less stressed, and really enjoy that transition through to menopause and make it there without it wrecking their lives.
Yeah, cool. I love that. And so you weren't doing that. So you were doing that a little bit before with your clinical practice, weren't you? Do you want to tell me maybe so everyone understands, like when you came to me and we had that first chat,
yeah,
and you wanted some help?
It wasn't good.
It was, yeah.
The chat was good, but
the chat was good.
Was not in a good place. No.
Well, it was the middle of a global pandemic. You were in a Victorian lockdown at the time, weren't you? So you're in Melbourne.
I think at that time we were in between, but it was still right. Like maybe stage 2 or 3. It was it it didn't feel great. I'd closed my clinic, so I did have my own clinic that I was running with someone else, and we closed that like right at the start. They pulled out of that, so that was a big emotional upheaval, having to pay out a lease, and all of that aspect. I was in a pretty negative space, and I felt like I hadn't paid myself for the 2 years that I'd just come up to my 2-year anniversary of practicing was in July. I hadn't paid myself outside of supplements in that time. And I was like, what's the point? Like, I'm doing all this social media stuff, doing all the right things. It just, even now I feel like, just talking about it, it really drains my energy. My health was shit. I was either burnt out again or still burnt out from uni. So I've got 4 kids. I didn't mention that at the start. And my kids are homeschooled all the time. My husband runs a small business, and I helped him with that for, what's he been in it, 14, 15 years. And I was running my own business as well, and running a clinic. And that was tricky as well. I was like, I'd done other mentoring in the past, done lots of mindset stuff, but I was still in a major funk there. I had thought I'd niched. I thought I knew who I looked after, like busy, stressed mums. And I was kind of, I guess, in reflection now, just talking to everyone more. I wasn't as focused as what I am now on those women in their 40s and experiencing a particular problem with their hormones and mood and changing body composition.
Yeah.
I was working 1-to-1. I was always scrambling to make rent, thinking about the next client, take any client that came along, hated it because then you'd have to do heaps of research every time because they're all different. And also hours on treatment plans, and then they'd fade off because it's too hard, or they weren't really committed to making the changes they needed to improve their health as well. So I was burnt out mentally and physically. My health was really crap, and so I had a lot of imposter syndrome, all those wonderful things that we come up with and dig up with. I was in a pretty dark place, I suppose, in terms of my own capacity to help people, and what it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth all the time away from my kids and my family, and feeling stressed and wrung out about it all the time. So
Totally. And it's unfortunately such a common kind of story, isn't it?
Yeah.
That practitioners face. And I remember too on our discovery call when we first had a chat, you were sort of telling me like you were trying to find ways out, obviously, because you reached out to me and you're sort of sussing out how, if I could help you. And one of the things you said was, oh, well, I think I'm going to start working at a chiro clinic potentially, and then I might open a dispensary. So you had all these great ideas, but it was kind of like you were piling more work on yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Like you're thinking, I have to do more. I have to hustle more. I have to take on more stuff, be in more places. That's how I'm going to, get myself out of this. And I was no.
Definitely stuck in that hustle mindset. I've got to get more clients. But at the same time, my body and mind was like, no more clients. So sending out to the universe, I was like, please, I need more clients. But then I was like, I don't want any more clients. Like, it's too much.
Yeah. Oh God, I've been there. I'm sure,
Oh, so many people are there when you start talking to, So it was totally impulsive. You just happened to send an email at the right time. Like, how often does that happen? The universe.
All the time.
It does. It happens all the time. And I have clients when I'm talking to them now tell me, why did you pick me? And they're like, I don't know. I just saw a post or your email came at the right time with it was like you could see what was going on for me.
Yeah.
But you could see what was going on for me. And I was like, oh, look, I've got JobKeeper. I don't have to pay rent. I've got nothing to lose except I know that I don't want to keep practicing how I am. This sounds really interesting and like it would be a good balance for me and my family. So I was like, sign me up.
I know. It was so exciting. Because I love that when people say yes to the mastermind, I'm excited for them because I'm like, I know it's going to help you, and you're saying yes to yourself and yes to that ability, and that's the most exciting thing. So tell me now, like, what's your business look like now? So last we checked in the other day on our call, I think you had 10 clients sign up for your 6-month program. Is that right?
Yep, that's right. And I have another.
What's that called? I know. But
the chaos to calm method.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's resonating with people, isn't it? Like you're doing
so much. Yeah, I just did a discovery call this morning. I did one last night and they signed up for the 6-month program straight away.
Yeah.
So I just have I have another discovery call to do next week, and I thought at this time of year, it's November, it's going to be quiet, and it's like so busy. It's amazing.
You're almost thinking like having a wait list to start, aren't you? Like maybe taking some deposits and then holding them off.
Well, I was thinking about that, and then so I don't know. I can either just add in a little bit of time. I want to always help people and I want to get them started. That's the thing. So I don't know what I've done. I'll just see where the flow goes. I'm just going to leave it open and not make a decision and just see what happens.
So good.
Because that's where all the good stuff has been happening. So why change it now? Yeah,
cool. And you're in control of that. Like you're able to decide, do I have capacity to take on more?
Yes.
Which is the really great thing, isn't it?
I know, it's great to be like not in a state of desperation. I can just be like, well, actually I'm full right now, or I'm at my capacity. It'll be this time before I can see you.
Yeah.
So at the moment it's at least a couple of weeks for people to do their initial health assessment with me. Yeah.
And so your 6-month program is priced at what?
So it's
full payment.
Full payment up front is $24.67.
Yeah. So $2,500.
Yep. And like yesterday they just signed, I'll just pay that up front.
Amazing. So how does that feel? Like one client, you're not going, all the same marketing hustle and effort for a $150 initial.
Yeah, exactly. Like I worked out for next year, so I'm starting to think about goals for next year, particularly around money, because now I've got a taste of, I'm already paying myself, by the way. I'm now paying myself. I wasn't paying myself 5 months ago. Now I am paying myself and doing things like, hey, I'm just going to buy that 20 Pilates session pack. No problem. It's I've got the money there to pay myself. And there's been lots of other changes from that perspective too. But I worked out if I just do gain one new client a week, whether it's a 6-month or a 3-month person, like it's one new person. It's
That's
so
amazing.
easy.
Yeah.
To like, that's minimal time in terms of health assessments, treatment plans, all of those things.
Yeah.
It's so sustainable.
Yeah.
But it also means that I can achieve the income goal that I want to set for myself. So paying myself every week, and replacing things like, like some family tax benefit and other things like that I'll lose. And I'm excited about losing them.
Yeah,
Whereas in the past I was always like, no, I can't lose them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so being busy at this time of year has shown me that that I can do that with ease and grace through the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And we haven't even started doing webinars or anything like that.
My website is not even updated. Like my website doesn't even have anything about metabolic balance. It's all
what have you been doing?
So some referrals, so word of mouth, which is amazing. And the rest is social media. So, and in my group that I had, like the other day, I shared a post in there that I'd put on my public page about how I didn't have many spots left. If they wanted to get started now, they needed to, do that. And I had 10 discovery calls booked in from that.
Yes.
And from that, I've had, oh gosh, I should have done the numbers on that. I think I've had 5 sign up. So
amazing.
But actually I haven't finished all the discovery calls from that either, and so some change. So I'm still working on that.
That's incredible. And you could pop that post out again. We could boost it and do some ads to it. Like there's so much potential. Like it's such an amazing start,
and I haven't done any of that. Like I don't have a webinar, I don't have a sales landing page. I've only emailed my list twice.
Yeah, because you've got an offer now. Like you've got a tangible program, Chaos to Calm method, that your ideal client, that perimenopausal woman who's just going out of her brain with like mood swings and thinking, what is happening to me? I don't want to be this person. She resonates with that and she sees the value. And you've got this structure in the way that you work that you're getting a really good amount of money for it. I mean, I think we can even put your program up next year. You can play around with the pricing strategy, but you've got a good amount of money that you feel really valued when people pay you that. And then the way you've structured your program through sort of, the model that I've taught you, you're not getting overwhelmed, but they're getting more of you. So even though you're not seeing them all one-on-one, like you've got some group coaching elements in there, haven't you? Like you're doing calls and your online curriculum and those materials, it means that your client is getting such a transformational experience. No wonder they're referring to you. Like you've created kind of, mission and tribal following around your program, and it's just incredible to see.
It's like I feel like every day, like, pinch me, what is this? And my kids and I would, especially my 10-year-old, he like makes me tea in my living like a boss mug that I bought the other day, and we're all laughing about how great it is. And and they can see that I'm feeling happy and less stressed, and of course I'm then more available to them and not snapping at them, and I've got more capacity to be like, all right, let's go do that thing or whatever. I mean, I'm pretty darn busy at the moment because I'm still writing content and I've had this influx of clients, but there's some really valuable lessons for me in learning my capacity and trying to hand off stuff, to get some VAs and get that help in place. But I can afford a VA now. It's it's not going to be a stress or a worry, and I know that they're going to help me bring in the clients, and I can focus more on my clients. And like the other week I helped a woman identify that she has a thyroid issue, an autoimmune thyroid issue. I spent an hour or 45 minutes talking her through her test results, what it meant, what she should go and talk to her GP about to help get the diagnosis that she needs. And that was fine. I was like, I totally felt okay with doing that. I didn't feel like begrudging that they were taking my time and I wasn't getting paid for it, because I knew that I was. There's plenty of flesh, or there's plenty of meat in my cost of my program to cover all of those things. So and that's it. And when we looked
when we look at pricing, like with everyone in the mastermind, I really make sure that we do have that buffer. It's not every client's going to need it, but for those that do, yeah, like you say, jump on that extra call, give them that little bit of support if something comes up through the time they're working with you, and they just feel so grateful, and you're like, yeah, this is fine. I've got margin, you know, I can play around with this.
Yeah. And just,
So,
I love being able to be there with them and still that elusive work-life balance. Like I feel like I'm on the precipice of it. Once I get the content finished and that stuff done, or get my VA on board, I'm there. Like I'm so there. And it's you know, even my husband is now valuing my work more, because he's like, whoa, you're gonna like with ease and grace like eclipse my income, and you're only working 2 days or 2 and a bit days with clients. But let's be real, I'm actually probably working full time at the moment, because there's all that behind the scenes stuff. But I'm going to offload 2 days of that, so I am only working the 2.5 days. It's going to be it's awesome.
Great.
So much freedom and flow. And it's like I was really not looking forward to my work day. I know, I get so excited. I want everyone to do it. I was hating my work days. I was like, oh, it's Friday again, it's Saturday again. Now I'm like, cool, it's Friday again. I've got not a protocol, because it's still personalized within every person, and that was important to me. I wanted to do something that was heavily personalized, but I have a system to move through, so I know where they're going next and what we're talking about next and what we're doing next. And I'm doing lots of the fun stuff that I love, one-to-one, like the initial health assessment, and then their metabolic balance plan presentation, and then getting to coach them through the rest each week is awesome. So I'm still expanding my skill set as well. But I just have so much more capacity and joy to approach what I'm doing. It just feels great. Like I'm like, awesome, I get to work tomorrow, and I'm one after the other, you know, and it's tiring at the end of those 2 days, but it's a good tire that it's satisfying. Yeah,
for sure. And I mean, gosh, like, why did we study for as long as we did? Why did we go through all of those clinic hours and you know, open our own practices and businesses to not feel like that? Like, if anyone doesn't feel like that, I mean, I've been there, you've been there. We are allowed to love what we do and to work in any way.
And to make money off it, not be a poor healer, you know. That trope was just like nailed into us. And also I left uni, and I think we've talked about this before, you and I, that I left uni feeling like I couldn't practice in the way that was true to myself, in terms of I'm a Virgo, right? I'm not always right, but like most of the time, and I can, you know, just like do what I tell you to do, and we'll save that, you know, the long way around. But I didn't feel like I could work from that way, because it was kind of like we got told that we had to be really flexible and super personalized. So working like with a program or a protocol was bad. It was bad. You didn't do that, because if you're a good practitioner, you did each person 100% fully personalized and spent hours doing that. That I couldn't you know, tell them what to do or step them through a process or anything like that. And I felt like that was a bad thing for me to do. And I really feel like coaching, of course, is not like that. It's not me telling them what to do, it's helping them come to the solution themselves. But also there's an element in there, I'm like, well, do this, like work through those modules. You're asking me this question, have you done that module? I got to do it the other day. It was awesome. A client was like, can you tell me that, you know, fat's not going to make me fat? Hey, have you done this module on metabolism and energy? Oh no, I haven't. I'm like, you go do it and then come back and we'll talk about it. Oh yeah, they'd answered all my questions, thank you. So it's great.
Easier for you to work. It's empowering them. Like, well, I've given you the information, you need to digest that yourself and come to terms with it. And and there's that mix, I think, in your program of direction, because I mean, when a client comes to us, we're going to meet them where they're at. And in my practice, most of my clients were literally saying, just tell me what to do.
Well, they actually all are.
Myself. Just tell me, because they're so overwhelmed and exhausted.
Well, they Google, right? And I had the person this morning I was talking to, well, I could Google, but then I want to die because there's so many options there, and they don't even account for me and what's going on for me. So it's not that there's a lack of knowledge, but it's the knowledge that's personalized to them. And they're like, can you just lay it out for me? Just tell me what I need to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yes, I love it.
And so because you've got a niche, so you've hooked them in because they're like, wow, this woman's talking directly to me in all of her content, her lives, her marketing. It's like she's inside my head. So they come to you saying, I think you're the right person. Then you have a signature system that part of the mastermind was helping you flesh that out and develop it. Yeah. So you've got a method that you're known for. So you're stepping them through it. So they're feeling very much in expert hands, because it's not just like, I'll come in session by session. It's like, I have a program created exactly for you.
Yes.
That's going to walk you through everything you need. There's elements to personalize it, but it's going to get them from A to B, which is essentially that's all our clients want. They just want to get from A to B. They want our help.
Well, most people want a shortcut, don't they? So
yeah, they don't want to get from
I'm
A
no exception, because that's why
Z.
I signed up with you, because you could just tell me what to do. Like, that's literally what I said. Just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you've done. And I've just followed every single step that you've done and done every module and handout, and it's working.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
And you're like, oh yeah, of course it is.
You have done, and I think too, you're really coachable. And look, everyone in the mastermind at the moment is very coachable, which I think potentially is maybe, maybe the people that say yes are the ones that are coachable, because they're willing to actually say, yeah, look, I'm going to let you pull this out of me. So yeah, look, thank you so much, Sarah. Is there anything else you want to add, or anything else you want to say?
I think if people change, humans are hardwired to avoid change, aren't we? And it's our critter brain trying to protect us and keep us safe, because new things are a bit scary or whatever. But this is quite honestly the best thing I've ever done in my adult working life. And I never knew that I've never experienced working and feeling such joy about it. Like, I honestly, even in my past life when I was worked in communications for a big telephone company, I enjoyed the people I worked with. I didn't really love the work. And then once I finished my studies, I felt really disappointed with how the work was, and that it wasn't as fulfilling, and I wasn't seeing the change in people like I knew that we could do. And now I just feel all of that, and like being able to tell my kids that I earned this money, that the work that I've been doing to, last week I bought a loft bed for my 6-year-old, and she was so excited, and it's so empowering for her to see women be successful and earn their own money and spend it how they want to spend it, on what they want to spend it, and be fun and not be worrying about money coming in and that. And it also still daily blows my mind that I've done this in a pandemic, in what's meant to be a recession, and I love every opportunity to work with these women and help them see that, like, this time of life, mid-40s and beyond, it doesn't have to be horrific. Like countering that awful narrative about menopause being horrible. It's so awesome. I just love it. And like always, if I'm giving, like, what am I grateful for? You're always on my list at the moment for Hayley and taking.
Don't make me cry again.
Also grateful to myself for taking that leap and just. But like many of the women I work with, you get to that point that you're really bottoming out, and that's sadly where a lot of them are. They just can't go on feeling like that anymore, and that's where I was at. And you were like my knight in shining armor, come and rescued me. But I love it. Like, I love the group call. I love the hive mind. I love the talking in the Facebook group together and getting solutions to problems. And it's just, it's wonderful. I love it. And I love paying myself. And that is like the most wonderful thing ever. So my last month I doubled my previous best, but I didn't have to pay any rent or anything like that. It was amazing. And this month I've tripled that previous best, and it's like, amazing. I'm just like, I can't believe it. Having these discovery calls, like, they're fun. I look forward
Yes,
to the
they
discovery
are. They're
calls. They're
supposed to
super
be
fun.
fun.
I had a
Yeah.
great chat with the person this morning about feminism and which is really important to me. But it was awesome, and all of the people in my group, I'm like, I could totally be friends with them. I love them. They're great.
Yeah, because
I
you've found
just
your people,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
have.
a big thing about finding a niche, isn't it? That I
Oh,
teach in the mastermind. Like, it's not about demographics and the magazines they read and the car they drive. Like, that's
no.
boring marketing. Like, as
Yeah.
females, we want to come at it from, who are they? What are they feeling? Like, how do they want to
Yes.
feel?
Yes.
And do I actually care? Like, do I actually love them enough? Because if you don't love your niche and truly want them to succeed,
Mm.
find another niche. Like,
Mm.
you're going to be with these people all the time. So
Yes.
that's amazing.
Well,
And it's a marketing gold mine when you actually have that genuine love and
but it
people
makes it so
feel
easy
that.
as well,
Yeah.
because I'm just like, well, personally, well, maybe not obviously, but I am in that range. And, my ideal client is me, and it makes it easier to talk to them. But going through your modules and doing things like the key messages, like I said, I thought I knew my niche, but I actually hadn't narrowed it down enough.
Yeah.
Now it's super easy
Yeah.
to write what I want to write on my post, or to be in their shoes, and to just, I have a bunch of content easily there. I've got pages and pages of content ideas,
Mm.
because I'm talking to one, in my mind, I'm talking to a specific person,
Mm.
or in feeling that, and it's just all makes everything so much easier and more
So,
fun.
so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it's super fun having you in the mastermind. I hope you never leave. I think I might just not let you.
I need a life membership. I know, I was thinking
Yeah.
about the time ending, and then you gave us some bonus time over Christmas, which is awesome. So I've done that for my clients as well, and they love it. And that doesn't
Yeah.
stop them from signing up now, because they
Yeah.
know it's fine. They're going to have
Yeah.
that time at the end.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, so I'm not ready to go. Well, I'm not ready to go yet, because I've still got so much more to explore with you in terms of webinars and landing pages and all the rest of it. So, and yeah, I love our calls. Tuesday mornings are awesome.
It's my favorite day too.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing your journey. That has only just begun, like 5 months in. I mean, I don't know if you've calculated your total revenue that you've generated, but you think 10 people into that 6-month program, plus your 3-monthers and your regular
Yeah, I've got
weight
metabolic
loss,
balance people as well, like another
like
12 there. It's
amazing.
amazing. So it's
Like,
about 27 people in the last from really October was when people started joining. Late September was when I started talking about things.
wow.
So in 2 months, I'm like, you can see why it's like so, my husband and I are high-fiving all the time, like laughing, just like, can't believe life is this good. Because, what I haven't talked about is we've had some really major personal things happen to us in the last 10 years. So I came out of uni, and life had really, like the snow globe had been shaken up and all of that kind of stuff. So it feels like for us, we're getting back on track financially after that major setback 10 years ago. And also physically and mentally, like I feel like this is all part of it. And I'm now in this amazing space of abundance that I never imagined could be possible. And it's just, so yeah, I'm so grateful for it, that it just happened. These things have happened, and I had those lessons on the way, but now here I am, and I get to enjoy life and just be living my best life, as the kids say. You're just
Hashtag
living
best
your
life.
best life, Mum. And I'm like, I am. It's so awesome. I never thought this. I actually didn't think that it would happen for such a long time, that I'm enjoying it even more, I think, or motivated. I don't know if that's what's motivated me to get on and just do it, but I knew something had to change, and I still wanted to help people. And that's why I started studying naturopathy. So here we are.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you
awesome.
So much for sharing. I'm sure there's going to be so many people that have resonated with every element of your journey so far. And watch this space for the next Amazing. Yeah, amazing. This is just like halfway through season 1. Like you haven't
Yeah.
even gotten started.
Definitely there'll be a season 2.
Oh, yeah, I think that
Yeah.
it's going to go on and on. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me here.